Hey everyone, so I'm Mr. Jawahar, an SAT tutor for around 3 years, and I have taught more than 3,000 students so far. So today I'm joined by Mr. Farouk, who is a perfect SAT scorer in Uzbekistan, and which means he actually made no single mistake in both English and math sections. Welcome, Mr. Farouk.
Hi everyone.
So today we both of us are going to share some tips about how to spend your 10 days before the SAT exam. So right now let's get deep dive into the business. So let me begin with the first advice. Okay, so the first thing you gotta do is to make the simulation of the test environment. And that means you have to get accustomed to the test experience. That means you have to solve one full practice every day, preferably early in the morning. In that way, you're going to prepare your body and mind to be active in the optimal way at that part of the day. So, because you have to make yourself accustomed to this experience so that you don't even feel nervous on the test day. Well, and that means actually you cannot use any dictionary, your phones, and you have to be strict with time as well. So when you have this 10-day preparation. Okay, so what about the second advice, Mr. Farrell?
Well, I believe the next best thing that you can do to make the best out of your 10 days preparation is to review your mistakes that you make in your mock exams. The thing with SAT is that there are patterns with the questions. Just like with math, even in English, there are patterns. So you want to identify those patterns and work on your mistakes so that you avoid making those mistakes again in the exam.
Yes, you're right. So reviewing your mistakes will definitely make you see where you are weak at it, right? So the next thing I would recommend, guys, is to solve inference questions most of the time. Why? Because inference questions are, admittedly speaking, one of the most challenging question types. So during this short period of time, you have to get accustomed to the inference question style, structures, and even topics. Okay, so that's why solve all the inference questions. Okay, maybe not all, but we have collected a list of, let's say, a number of inference questions, which even has the probability of being given on SAT exams. So make sure to check it out. So we'll be providing the link for this exercise at the end of the video. So yeah, this is a must exercise, guys. You have to definitely solve inference questions. So next piece of advice?
The next advice I would give is to learn vocabulary words, specifically from the file called 400 vocabulary words from Panda. As the name suggests, there are 400 words in this list and they are very important when it comes to SAT. Speaking out of experience, I can say that these words show up a lot in almost every exam, so it is a must that you know them. Though 400 words sounds a lot, you want to learn as many words as you can. It would be better if you learned at least 20 words a day. And the thing is, you don't have much time left, so you want to learn them at least in short memory, so you're prepared for the exam. And what I did personally is I created a private channel on Telegram and I would record myself memorizing those words and giving examples to each word. And whenever I went outside or whenever I was doing something that was not related to SAT, I would just listen to those audio recordings and repeat the words in my mind. It helped me a lot.
So kind of you also learned passively, right?
Yes.
When you were studying.
Yes,
Great.
that is correct. Yes.
Yeah. So next piece of advice would be, guys, about the maximizing your strong areas. So I know when people have this short period of time, most students go out and try to learn a brand new concept. But I feel like it's wrong because when you have little time like this, what you have to do is actually to retain what you already have than to gain something new. So let's say if you're good at math section, make sure you get best of it, okay? So make sure you get every point from the math section. Or if you are good at, let's say, English part, make sure you spend a lot of time on it and you get all of the, let's say, answers correct. You just have to try your best for this. So you have to maximize your strong areas. Do not look for the new ideas when you have this little time. So what is the final advice then, Mr. Faro, for students?
This might feel counterintuitive, but I would suggest that you take rest the last day before your exam.
Exactly.
Psychologically speaking, when you do not solve any questions the last day before your exam, you're going to enter the exam room feeling hungry for the SAT questions. You want to solve those questions, you want to be engaged in those questions. But when you solve questions even the last day before your exam, you're going to go to the exam feeling fed up.
Yes.
And this has really strong effect on your exam performance. And when I first took my SAT, the last day I did not rest. I had this toxic mindset that I need to study
Overnight, right?
yes, overnight. And it was not a good idea. On the exam day, I was not feeling well and I couldn't do my best. So I would suggest that just take rest. Just relax. It is the last day. You have done what you could, and now just enjoy your life.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. So because on the very last day, students will feel super energetic and want to do everything on the very last day, right? Feeling like learning even vocabularies or solving the SAT questions. Everything will be tried to be done, let's say, on the very last day. But it is a very wrong idea. I agree with you. So on the last day, you definitely need to have a mental break from everything. Maybe you need to do something physical, but not mental. Well, okay, this was our, let's say, mini video about how to spend your 10 days before the exam. I hope it works for you, but it does mean it should work for you. If it doesn't, that's not a problem. But if you guys have something better, let's say, or alternatives or strategies that worked for you, please leave in the comments so that other SAT learners may get some help from them. So that's it for today. Hope all the best, guys, for you. So see you soon.
Bye.